Teacher talking sports, what it does, what it do, how we living. Let's continue our series of NFL Mount Rushmores. Today we will be doing the Pittsburgh Steelers, 27th of 32 teams I have done. In these, I attempt to name the four best players in franchise history as a subjective list. Be sure to let me know in the comments who you would include, because boy, was this one hard. Steelers, easily one of the most iconic franchises in NFL history. I really had a hard time. You could really make a case for 20 players basically being on this Mount Rushmore. So to limit it to four was an absolutely crazy task. I'll attempt to do it. I'll be naming the four players in alphabetical order by last name that I included. They are not ranked. Starting with quarterback Terry Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw was the first overall pick in the 1970 NFL Draft. First ballot Hall of Famer in 1989. Hall of Fame All 1970s team member. Was named the MVP of the 1978 season, finishing fourth in the following season. All in all, played 14 seasons, all with the Steelers. Went 107 and 51 as the starting quarterback. 27,989 yards, 212 touchdown throws, four-time Super Bowl winner at the helm. And the last two, he was named Super Bowl MVP in those two playoffs, 6 games, through 14 touchdown passes and over 1,500 yards. So Bradshaw was absolutely dominant in those last two Super Bowl runs. Yes, if you look at his career numbers, they're not spectacular, but I will say his career did get much better from 1975 on. His first 5 seasons were kind of a struggle, but Bradshaw turned it around and helped guide the Steelers to 4 Super Bowl victories. Included him on the Mount Rushmore, although I'll say he probably had the shakiest case. Again, I didn't rank the guys, but he was probably fourth. Next, we got the mean one, Mean Joe Green. Joe Green was taken fourth overall in the 1969 NFL Draft, first ballot Hall of Famer in 1987. 100th anniversary team member, Pro Football Hall of Fame, first team all 1970s. A lot of accolades include the 1969 Defensive Rookie of the Year, two-time Defensive Player of the Year in 1972 and 1974. Those were 2 of the 3 seasons, along with 1973. He was a first-team All-Pro. Finished third in Defensive Player of the Year voting that 1973 season, fifth in 1975. Much like Terry Bradshaw, was a member of their first 4 Super Bowl winning teams, part of the legendary Steel Curtain defense. All in all, credited for 77 and a half sacks. Sacks were non-official stat at the time, and 16 forced fumbles from the defensive tackle position. Mean Joe Green, fitting nickname, one of the scariest men for the opposition on offense, and obvious choice for the Mount Rushmore. Regardless of how many great players the Steelers had, how can you not include Mean Joe Green? Next, we have Jack Ham. Jack Ham was selected in the second round, 34th overall in the 1971 NFL Draft. Was a Hall of Famer in 1988. Another first ballot Hall of Famer. Pretty much to be on this Mount Rushmore, you pretty much had to be a first ballot Hall of Famer with the great players they've had. Member of the Hall of Fame, NFL's 100th anniversary team. The linebacker played for 12 seasons, all with the Steelers. Was named a first team All Pro 6 straight years from 1974 to 1979, and a Pro Bowler 8 straight seasons from 1973 and 1980. Much like the first two guys, Jack Ham was also a member of the first 4 Hall of Fame teams. Undersized linebacker at 225 pounds. That doesn't mean he didn't hit hard. He was a force on defense. Credited, again, before sacks or official stat, 25 and a half for his career. 32 interceptions, one of the all time leaders as a linebacker, including 7 in 1972. Returned a fumble for a touchdown, had one interception return for a touchdown. Finished second in Defensive Player of the Year voting in 1978. Fourth in 1979. Jack Ham is the third member. And let's end with another Jack on defense, Jack Lambert. Um, Inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1990. You guessed it, first ballot. All four guys on here, first ballot. Member of the NFL's 100th all-time anniversary team. Was a second-round pick, 46th overall in the 1974 NFL Draft. He played 11 seasons, all for the Steelers. And like the first three guys, was a member of their first four Super Bowl winning teams. He was named the Defensive Rookie of the Year in 1974. In 1976 was Defensive Player of the Year and runner-up for MVP. He also finished third in Defensive Player of the Year, fourth, fifth, and seventh twice. Lambert was a six-time first-team All-Pro, including 5 straight seasons from 1979 to 1983. Named to 9 straight Pro Bowls from 1975 to 1983. Intercepted 28 passes for his career, credited with 23 and a half sacks. Again, another member of the Steel Curtain, 3 of the 4. On the Steelers' Mount Rushmore, Jack Lambert is the 4th and final member. So again, in alphabetical order by last name, Terry Bradshaw, Joe Green, Jack Ham, and Jack Lambert. Again, this was probably the hardest one just because of the amount of absolutely historic, legendary players the Steelers have manned on their roster. All 4 of these guys did play their entire career with the Steelers and won 4 Super Bowls. But countless honorable mentions include Ernie Stautner, Franco Harris, Mel Blount, Ben Roethlisberger, Mike Webster, DeMonte Dawson, Rod Woodson, Donnie Shell, John Stallworth, Lynn Swann, Hines Ward, Antonio Brown, Jerome Bettis, Le'Veon Bell, Troy Polamalu, Alan Faneca, Andy Russell, L.C. Greenwood, Cam Hayward, James Harrison, Greg Lloyd, Carnell Lake, Levon Kirkland, David DeCastro, and I could name many more. I could keep going for about another hour. So there you have it, the Steelers Mount Rushmore. 27 teams down, 5 to go. Again, so many players who could have been on this one. The Steelers' 4th Mount Rushmore, their 13th to 16th best players, are probably better than the majority of other teams' Mount Rushmore. So let me know in the comments who you believe are the 4 best players in Steelers franchise history. There's no right answer, let's be honest. So again, 5 teams left doing these daily. Tomorrow will be the San Francisco 49ers, another legendary franchise. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend, tell a friend, to tell a friend. Hit that subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.